guys and girls, and welcome to the next episode of Pete's PG Guide. My name is Peter, and in this video I'm gonna take you to the south of Spain, the Andalusia. In this video I'm gonna give you general info about the flying areas in the south of Spain, and also give you tips on the flights that you can make in these areas. Specifically I will talk about Pegalajar, Cenes, Otívar, La Herradura, Algodonales and Matalascañas. So get ready and let's get to it. And our first stop is Pegalajar, a small town close to Jaén and a very well maintained takeoff facing north with possible wind direction northwest to northeast in elevation of 928 meters. The ground is real grass and it is automatically watered during the night. Next to the takeoff you have also fountain with drinking water, which was quite helpful during the hot days. Be careful here, because you are effectively in the valley, so the wind is speeding up here, and if it's too strong, you might have problems taking off. I was mostly landing on the takeoff, which came to me pretty easy and intuitive. The sped up headwind helps you to land slow and steady. Yet, be careful not to get too deep into the valley, as I would expect some rotors there. For those not feeling comfortable landing on the takeoff, you have plenty of opportunities in the flat land in front of the takeoff. There is this landing with the wind sleeve, but it is full of thorny dead bushes. I landed there once and I was bitching the whole time while packing my glider and getting rid of those bushes out of my lines. Another option, also tested and approved, is landing here in the town. Locals are really friendly and it took me about 3 minutes to get back to the takeoff hitchhiking. Just tell the driver you need to get to the Despegue de Siete Pillas. Regarding flying in this area, you can enjoy soaring around or go crazy and make long distance XC. You can even fly all the way to the beach on the south, which makes up to about 150 kilometers, or follow the highway to the east and join the mountains of Sierra de Segura. For those who want to stay close and safe to the takeoff, you can just soar around on the first ridge and always have the flat land next to you, so you can land safely and hitchhike back. And for those who are intrigued to get some XC, well, take a look at the terrain. Apart from direct north, which I would not recommend, you can go wherever you please. I have planned few routes for you to download on the link below. Now, let's get to our second stop, and that is Cenes in the Sierra Nevada mountains, close to the highest peak, Pico de Mulhacén, and next to the city of Granada. This takeoff is located above the town Cenes de la Vega on the outskirts of Granada. To get there, you can take a lift from the landing with local paragliding club for few euros, hike, or drive up there and leave your car there. The link for the route is in the description. Takeoff is huge with a wind sleeve and a rocky ground in the altitude of 1266 meters. Possible wind directions are southwest to northwest. If you would like to get few meters more, you can walk few minutes to the east to the second takeoff with an altitude of 1319 meters and a possible wind direction from south. But if you are a beginner, I would recommend you to stick to the lower takeoff. You can easily topland on the takeoff, but it might be quite thermic, so to all beginners I would recommend to land down on the official landing, located here in the valley with fake grass pads and a wind sleeve. Be careful not to get above the town in less than 150 meters above ground level, which is prohibited. Flying here is basically unlimited, apart the area above Granada and military exercise area located on the west side of the city, so I would recommend following the ridges of the mountains. To the east, north or south, again depending on your goal. For the beginners you can just follow the ridge from the takeoff and play around this area. And our next stop will be Otívar, which is a takeoff located in mountains that resemble something out of fantasy world. Deep valleys and dynamic terrain with the option of easy landing on the beach. The takeoff is located in the middle of the valley next to town Otívar in the altitude of 901 meters and possible wind direction of southwest to east. It is wide enough for 2 gliders to take off and possibility of topland, although only for experienced pilots. If you decide to topland, be sure that the conditions are not too strong and lose altitude on the left or right side from the takeoff, depending on the wind direction. Be careful about the wires on the west side, as you can see on the video. Flying here is limited by R11 military airspace, where military makes training flights with helicopters. You can get the info about possibility of flying here by contacting local PG guide Dirk Bormans on the number shown in the description, and ask him to add you to WhatsApp group where he posts the info every day. Flying here is fun and requires you to be able to read the terrain and follow the ridges. Usually the valley is full of thermal activity, so I never had a feeling I might bomb out. The common route is going west from the takeoff to the higher mountains, or past the second ridge and turn to the beach of La Herradura and land there. If you do so, please land on the east side of the beach, otherwise you might get a fee from the local beach security. Also, this is not a big XC area, rather a playground with spectacular views and the possibility to just soar and chill, watching mountains on the one side and the sea on the other. You can download the route to the beach following the links in the description. Landing is on a small parking lot below the takeoff with a wind sleeve on the road. Be careful and make your approach from this direction. Lose some altitude here and then land. It is in the valley and there are thermals around it, so it is a bit demanding, so if you are still a bit unsure with controlling your glider, you might consider to skip this area. Now we're gonna move to La Herradura, a beachside area where you can soar with west to southwest wind. Takeoff is quite small, but big enough for comfortable takeoff with sufficient wind in the altitude of 73 meters. You can just walk there from the beach like this and leave your car down. This area is good for easy soaring above the villas and the beach. Landing, as said previously, is on the east side of the beach. Now, let's move to Algodonales. This is a place where you will find a lot of activity when the main season is over in the northern areas. You have free takeoffs on the hill above Algodonales, which gives you the opportunity to fly with winds from northwest to east, with the altitude up to 1027 meters. The takeoff, which is heading east, allows you to start with southeast to east wind. As you can see, the takeoff is equipped with fake grass pads. This place can get a bit crowded, so don't get scared when you come and see 4 lines of pilots waiting for their turn. Also, be careful about dust devils, as this area is famous for it. You can get there with your own car. Yet, if you are not able to Topland, prepare yourself for some nice hike. You can also ask the local PG club at their Camp CIVA, following the number in the description or the website. Landings are on both east and west sides of the hill, although the landing on the east side is much more comfortable as it is not crossed by electric line like on the west side. So to beginners I would recommend to land there if possible. And as I mentioned before, for those experienced pilots it is possible to Topland and retrieve your car. I have tried it and it's not a problem at all. Just be careful with the wind direction and strength. Flying here is a dream. The scenery is beautiful, you have birds showing you thermals everywhere and readable terrain that leads you towards your goal. And even if the season is over, you can get triangles up to 100 kilometers long in this area. And now our last stop, Matalascañas, a 25 kilometer long beach cliff on the west-south end of Spain, with possibility to land and take off again basically on all of its length. When the conditions are good, it is a great place and you can do a 100 kilometer free flight going there and back 2 times. It is a chill ride, where you can just hang back in your harness and enjoy the views for several hours with very little input. I even landed sometimes in the middle, took a swim in the sea, and then jumped back into my harness and flew back to the takeoff. You can have a lot of fun here, but it can also get too weak and you might end up walking crazy distance back, like me, walking 12 kilometers for 3 hours on the beach.
Tak jo no. Mission, vole. No to ses asi posral. Tak to se poseru, no.
Alright guys, this will be all for today. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please like, subscribe and share, as it helps the channel to grow and motivates me to do more. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you next time, where we will take a look on the area in French Alps around Annecy.